Before you ever took your first breath, before your name was spoken, there was a deeper identity already etched into the fabric of your soul, not one shaped by society or even your upbringing, but something older, a spiritual blueprint that predates this life. Edgar Cayce, often called the sleeping prophet, believed that each soul carried echoes of past lives etched into the stars. And among the 12 zodiac signs, he spoke of 4 in particular, 4 that seemed to hold dormant abilities, mystical sensitivities, and ancient memory. Not for ego, but for evolution. If you were born under Cancer, you weren't simply born, you were returned. Cayce described Cancer as a sign connected to Atlantis, the forgotten civilization said to be guided by spiritual science. These souls often come with a heightened intuition, an ability to feel beneath the surface of things. It's not just empathy, it's ancient memory, a sensitivity that picks up on unspoken pain, invisible shifts in emotion, and even messages from the spiritual world. But this gift can feel like a burden, because modern life tells you to numb it, suppress it, ignore it. Yet the more you deny it, the heavier it becomes. Cancers are protectors of the spiritual family, the quiet healers, the ones who carry wisdom passed down from lifetimes before. Gemini is often misunderstood. People see the duality and think indecisive. But Cayce saw something far deeper. He said Geminis are bridges, not between choices, but between realms. They carry the ability to translate energy into language, spirit into speech, idea into reality. This is why many Geminis are drawn to teaching, storytelling, communication. But it's not just skill, it's soul memory. The Gemini has lived many lives in many places. They've traveled between dimensions, and now return to speak what others have forgotten. But they must learn to quiet the noise, because the true messages only come through stillness. Pisces, the old soul in a young world. Cayce said that Pisces often arrive at the end of a spiritual cycle, meaning they've lived many incarnations and carry fragments from them all. This is why Pisces can seem dreamy, lost, or detached. They're not disconnected. They're remembering. They feel what others cannot. They dream vividly, receive symbols, and hear callings they can't always explain. Their greatest challenge is grounding, because when you've danced in higher dimensions, this world feels painfully dense. But Pisces must learn to stay here, to not escape into fantasy, but to bring the wisdom of dreams into reality, to become a channel, a vessel of divine intuition in a world starving for soul. And then there is Capricorn, often seen as logical, grounded, ambitious. But Cayce saw the hidden layer. He said Capricorn holds the memory of building civilizations, not just physically, but spiritually. These are the ancient priests, priestesses, leaders, mystics, not loud, not flashy, but precise, disciplined. Capricorns carry the sacred knowledge of structure. They know that freedom comes after order, that evolution needs form. But their lesson is this: don't let the material world define your worth. You came to build, yes, but not just buildings, empires, or careers. You came to build the future, to be a pillar in the temple of human awakening. These signs, Cancer, Gemini, Pisces, Capricorn, are not superior, but they carry assignments, spiritual blueprints hidden beneath the surface, not louder than the rest, but quieter, deeper, harder to articulate. They are marked by remembrance, haunted by longings they can't explain, and called by visions that don't come from this world. They're not here to fit in. They're here to awaken, to guide, to rebuild what was lost, not in glory, but in quiet, invisible ways that shift reality from the inside out. And maybe that's you. Maybe your sensitivity isn't weakness, it's tuning, an ancient instrument, finely calibrated to detect what others can't feel. You were wired to feel more because you were meant to carry more, to see into the spaces between things, to hold meaning where others only see noise. Maybe your dreams aren't distractions, they're signals, whispers from your soul, fragments of a life before this one, soft flashes of memory from places you've been and people you've been. They're not illusions, they're breadcrumbs, pieces of a forgotten path waiting to be followed back to something real. Maybe your ambitions aren't driven by ego, but by that deep, haunting sense that something must be healed, rebuilt, or remembered in your time here. Not for applause, not for power, but because the blueprint lives in you, and if you don't bring it forth, it dies with you. You're not imagining it. That ache you feel, that strange tension between longing and knowing, that quiet urge to search. Not who the world told you to be, but who you already are, who you've always been. You are not here by accident. You are here by design. You are the convergence of ancient light and modern flesh, the past and the future folded into one presence. And now, you're just starting to remember your lines. And when you speak them, the world will shift. To create, to dig beneath the surface of life, it's real. It's always been real. You are not broken. You are not too much. You are not lost. You are returning. Returning to yourself, to the wisdom you buried just to survive, to the voice you once silenced to belong, to the purpose you promised to fulfill before you ever touched this earth. And everything that seems strange about you, your intensity, your depth, your restlessness, is not a flaw. It's your fingerprint. It's the code that proves you are not like the others. Because you're not here to blend in. You're here to remember. The stars don't control you, but they remember you. They remember what you asked for. They remember what you gave up to come here. They remember the vows you whispered in the dark before you chose this life. They are the echo of your past agreements, the map your soul once drew across time. And now, as you walk through this world, through confusion, heartbreak, awakening, you begin to remember.
If this made you pause, if you're drawn to deeper truths and quiet strength, then you're in the right place. Like, subscribe, and keep exploring with us. See you in the next one.